Hello, everyone. Crystal here with your September 22nd, 2020 daily tarot reading. In this reading, as you already know, we are picking up on the overall energy of the day. And today we have the King of Wands in reverse, the Eight of Swords upright, and the Seven of Cups upright. All right, well, right out the deck, we have the King of Wands in reverse, which is always a bit difficult to deal with because the everybody's experience with the cards are different. It just depends on who you are. But the King of Wands in reverse definitely can trigger aggression, anger, a hot temper. It could be anything from that all the way to dealing with an abusive partner, because the King of Wands is just when we allow our temper to get the best of us. And anytime that happens, it's not easily controlled. You know, you're not easily controlled. Maybe the situation isn't easy to be controlled. So, what I'm getting at is road rage, short temper, being more irritated by people who you normally have more tolerance for. So, I would just watch it. Also, with the King of Wands in reverse, that's why I said Mars retrograde, anyone, because a lot of the times when we suppress our anger or things that have frustrated us, when we finally say something about it, we blow up. So it is definitely a tone for things like that. But guess what? A great way to use this is to go back into old passions. The King of Wands in reverse is amazing for remembering what it is that gets you fired up in life, what makes you feel inspired. Even if before you couldn't do it, now you can. So that's the great experience and energy that you can have with the King of Wands. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, people really need to watch their temperament today. Now, the next card we have is the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords is the mental illness card. It deals with when we have convinced ourselves that we are that illness. And no, I'm not saying that mental illness is not real, but it does not have to be our identity or our badge that we wear. You can be suffering from something and you don't have to walk up to a person and say, oh, I have congestive heart failure, or I have and I don't even like using examples like that. I don't even like saying things like that, but I think sometimes we can just allow our sickness or our illness to become our hello, nice to meet you, I have bipolar disorder. And or use our mental illness as excessive excuses. And don't get me wrong, I understand mental illness, and I know that when you're depressed, you can't get out of the bed sometimes. Like, this is not to make little of mental illness. This is just inspiration to not let it overly consume you to the point that you get into the Eight of Swords position. Okay, there are plenty of people who have been diagnosed with mental disorder and they find a way through, whether that's through medication, whether that's through being productive, doing something maybe with the King of Wands in reverse that makes you feel inspired. But that doesn't give you an excuse to say, oh, I have ADHD, or oh, I have bipolar disorder, so King of Wands comes next. I might smack you, but it's not me, it's my disorder. That's not fair. That's not fair to your partner. That's not fair to your coworkers. That's not fair to you, because it's allowing you to constantly make an excuse for your behavior. And you have to work through the illness, not allow it to consume you and then use it as an excuse. So, for those of you who don't have mental illness or don't know a lot about it, the Eight of Swords can be a feeling of just feeling trapped. Just feeling trapped within your thoughts, whether you suffer from mental illness or not. It can be just feeling like everyone else is married, happy, a house, nice car. And what do I have? You know, this woman, I don't know if you can tell, but in the background, it's like a village or something, and she's not part of it. It looks like she's been kidnapped. And the story with the Eight of Swords is to say, no one is going to save you but you. So stop looking for something to come rescue you other than yourself, because even if whatever it is, the savior that you seek, we have to become. Okay, so the Eight of Swords says knock all those swords aside. Tell your mental illness or tell the things that stress you to take a back seat. I have a life to live. I didn't come on this planet just to be suffering from pain or illness or the negative things that I tell myself. I came to this planet to live a happy, fulfilled life. And whether my life has shown me otherwise and the people around me have not inspired me and not helped me, I will not use that as a reason to not prosper or to not live a happy life. Okay. So, Eight of Swords, watch your thoughts. You got to pull yourself out of it today. And the Seven of Cups is just Neptune. It's like, well, let's just cover it with drugs. It's like, craziness goes on, just pop a pill. Or, if craziness is going on, just take a shot or just take the drug of your choice or just sit at home and just watch Netflix all day. And sometimes you need those days. Don't get me wrong. And I really hope you understand that I'm not making light of mental illness. I have suffered from mental illness myself. I understand how it is. And I know that when I used to sulk in that, it did nothing but make my temper worse. It did nothing but make me hurt people around me and use an excuse for it. It did nothing but make me non-productive. And once I realized that I am not that, and I stopped even calling myself that, it magically disappeared. Now, I'm not saying if you catch me on a bad day, you still won't see parts of it. But my point is, when you work on yourself, even if it's just a little bit, every little bit counts to the universe or to God. So keep that in mind. Now, the last card we have is the Seven of Cups. This can easily be like, you know what? Screw today. I'm calling off and I'm going to have a drink. And you all do what you need to do. Okay. I'm not here to harshly judge you and say you can't call off work or you can't have a drink when you need it. I'm just saying don't drown in it. Don't not face it. After you take that shot, that drink, or watch TV all day, or just some people binge eat. Some people, oh, I'll just eat something and it'll make me feel better, or I'll just call my boyfriend. And when we depend on other people to be our happiness or a substance to be our happiness, it never works. It ends up being our detriment. So please don't allow this to happen to you today. Now I'm going to give you a little cheat sheet with this energy because you can make the best out of it. This can be one of the most inspirational days, aha moments you have ever had in your life if you allow yourself to have that perspective, if you face it instead of run away from it. So have a great day. Dream up like some beautiful desires or dreams or things that you've always wanted to do. Get back to the vision. The beautiful thing about the Seven of Cups is, yes, it can represent illusions and everything that glitters isn't gold. I would not buy a car today. I would not just write anything in stone as best as I could. I would try to chill out and do it a little later. But the Seven of Cups is saying that the world is your oyster. Dreams can come true. Some people say, I've always wanted to be an actress, and they actually become an actress. You can do it. It's just, are you going to put in the work, or are you going to find an escape? Are you going to get back to those old passions that you've always had and be the testimony to someone else how you overcame addiction or addictions to relationships or intimacy? Some people are addicted to sex, whatever it is. You can be that inspiration to the next person if you allow yourself to. Seven of Cups says, dream big. Have a great day. Watch your temper, and I'll talk to you later.